In a startling turn of events that has captured headlines, Zimbabwean opposition leader JobSikhala has been granted bail after a dramatic arrest in Pretoria, South Africa, on charges of possessing explosives. This case has sent ripples through political circles, raising serious questions about the circumstances surrounding the incident. Let's break down what happened. Last week, JobSikhala, a prominent and often outspoken critic of the Zimbabwean government, was driving in Pretoria when he was stopped by police. During a search of his vehicle, authorities allegedly discovered explosives. This led to his immediate arrest, sparking a firestorm of speculation and concern among his supporters and human rights observers. Sikhala appeared before the Pretoria Magistrates Court this past Thursday to formally apply for bail. The courtroom was tense as his legal team prepared to argue for his release. His lawyer, Normal Maluleka, presented a strong case, emphasizing that his client was not a flight risk. Maluleka pointed out Sikhala's high profile, stating, "He is not the kind of man that can simply disappear without anybody noticing." The defense also highlighted his strong family ties within Johannesburg and the court's jurisdiction, arguing that he had every reason to stay and clear his name. The core of Sikhala's defense, however, is a very serious allegation. He claims that the explosives were not his and were, in fact, planted in his car. In his own words, Sikhala stated, "They have found out that these things have been planted in our car." This claim of a setup adds a deeply political dimension to what is already a very serious criminal charge. It suggests a possible conspiracy to silence or discredit a vocal political opponent, a narrative that has unfortunately been common in the region's political landscape. The prosecution, on the other hand, would have presented the evidence found at the scene, arguing that the possession of explosives posed a significant public danger, making Sikhala a risk who should remain in custody. The magistrate had to weigh these two competing narratives: the police's discovery of dangerous materials versus the defense's claim of a sophisticated frame-up. After considering the arguments from both sides, the court made its decision. JobSikhala was granted bail set at 10,000 rand. This decision indicates that the magistrate believes Sikhala is likely to adhere to his bail conditions and attend future court proceedings. As part of his release, he will be required to comply with all conditions set by the court, which typically include regular check-ins with the police and surrendering his travel documents to prevent him from leaving the country. The reaction to this development has been mixed. His supporters are relieved that he is out of custody, but remain outraged at the allegations, which they see as a politically motivated attack. They are calling for a thorough and transparent investigation into how the explosives ended up in his vehicle. Many are echoing his claim that he was targeted for his political activities. On the other side, those who view Sikhala as a disruptive force may see the arrest as a legitimate law enforcement action. The presence of explosives is a grave matter, and the police are expected to act decisively. This side would argue that the legal process should be allowed to unfold without political interference and that the evidence should speak for itself in court. This case is far from over. Being granted bail is just the first step in what is likely to be a long and complex legal battle. The next phase will involve the investigation continuing, with both the prosecution and the defense gathering evidence to support their claims. The prosecution will need to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Sikhala knowingly possessed the explosives. Meanwhile, Sikhala's legal team will be working tirelessly to substantiate their claim that the evidence was planted, a task that is notoriously difficult to prove. The implications of this case extend far beyond the courtroom. It touches upon issues of political freedom, the rule of law, and the treatment of opposition figures. For many, this is a test of the South African justice system's independence and its ability to handle a politically sensitive case without bias. How the case proceeds will be watched closely, not just in South Africa and Zimbabwe, but by the international community as well. It also raises broader questions about the safety of political exiles and activists who have sought refuge in South Africa. The country has long been a haven for those fleeing persecution, but incidents like this can create a climate of fear and uncertainty. As the story develops, we will be following it closely. The key questions remain. Was this a legitimate arrest based on credible evidence, or was it a carefully orchestrated setup to neutralize a political opponent? The trial will hopefully bring the truth to light. We'll need to see what evidence the state presents, and how Sikhala's defense team counters it. The credibility of witnesses and the integrity of the evidence chain will be under intense scrutiny. This is a story with high stakes, not just for JobSikhala himself, but for the political climate in Southern Africa. We will continue to bring you updates as they become available. What are your thoughts on this case? Do you believe it's a legitimate criminal charge or a political conspiracy? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you found this report informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth news and analysis. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay informed and stay engaged. We'll see you in the next video.